next year to begin the season with Oliver running. But it will be very different than before.
Well, for Diggle, you're right. There's a lot of things that Diggle does have. But I think much of season 4 will be obviously the investigation of whatever we do with High, but the reintroduction and the repairing of the programs. Yeah, so though he does have those things at home, he's lost his best friend, and I think that has to be repaired to a great degree, and it will, but it's going to be earned, and I'm glad the writers are taking the time to earn it.
Thank you.
Hold on one second.
Sorry guys, there was an incident outside earlier, and we were just wondering if there were any witnesses to the incident this afternoon. Could you please make yourself known to Matt, just over the far side over there? Thank you.
Captain Buzzkill over
I know. It's very serious, but damn.
Hope everyone's okay.
Yeah, so do I. Jesus. Yes, sir.
Hey guys, how are you?
Good, great.
Excellent.
I have two quick questions. One for Stephen first. In your opinion, when do you think Oliver realized he was in love with you?
Oh,
That's a good question.
The Diggle told him.
I think probably a little earlier than that, actually. I mean, I say to her, I'm weird this way in remembering stuff, but I say to her in episode 206, I say because of, the life we lead, what we do, I think it's better that we not be together. I don't think that he would have said that to her then, if, I think that was a passive admission of his feelings, if that makes sense.
Second question, sorry. What's it like working with Emily? For both of you.
Oh, great.
Emily's terrific. I always say to thank God for Emily, because it was just me and Oliver for the first season, just brooding around the foundry, just like, oh God, the foundry and Starling City, let's save the city, what are we gonna do? It's just two men, it was hard for us to talk to each other, and then finally Felicity showed up with some levity. But seriously, Emily, I mean, how many good things can be said about Emily? She was never intended to be who she became, at least in the writer's view, and she just, the audience, us as cast members, we all just fell in love with her. She's a terrific actress and lights up every single scene that she's in. So
and you never know. Too, you're so lucky in television. You come with these great plans, and Felicity Smoke was not a part of the Arrow plan, and you need a little bit of luck and a lot of hard work on the way to 3 full seasons and 69 episodes of television and counting. And Emily was certainly part of the luck aspect of that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. I was just wanting to say my gran is a massive fan of the show, and she's 81.
Yeah.
And she wanted to, I just wanted to say hi from my gran. And she wanted to know what the oldest fan you've ever met was.
The oldest fan? I don't know. I'm not an ageist. I don't really know. I don't necessarily know who was the oldest fan. It is very cool meeting young fans, though. Like, I mean, for me personally, when it comes to these experiences, the nicest payoff for me tends to be when I meet a son or a daughter, and I see that I've just made that dad cool. Because my whole life revolves around wanting to be a cool dad, right? So that's really cool for me. But say hi to your grandma. Okay.
Hey, man. Hey, you said if you went on Raw, you'd want to have a wrestling match. If you two were to have a tag team against any 2 wrestlers, who would you two want to fight?
Oh, past or present?
Yeah, do past is there.
What do you got? You pick. All right, a couple of things. In the past, Davey Boy and Brett the Hitman.
Are you playing to the crowd just a little bit?
No. I mean, I grew up. I mean, I think Bret Hitman was probably the best technical wrestler like ever.
Bret the Hitman Hart and Davey Boy Smith wrestled at SummerSlam in 1992 in Wembley Stadium.
Is that right?
Davey Boy won. They brought the house down.
It's incredible. I didn't know that.
I'm a huge wrestler.
Oh, he's a huge wrestler.
So Bret the Hitman Hart and Davey Boy Smith. If we're gonna go old school, I feel like I want to go up against the mega powers. I want to go up against Savage and Hogan, but the version of them from the 80s, okay? You know, like that version for sure. Thanks, man.
Cheers.
Hi. Thanks again for coming all the way over here for this convention. My question is geared more towards Stephen, but it would be cool if David had some input as well. It's about Facebook. You're obviously well known for your social media presence, and one thing I love about Snapchat is that I can follow James Gunn, the director of Guardians of the Galaxy. I was wondering if you guys had ever considered using anything like that to keep up with your fans.
I don't really know Snapchat. I'm leery of it. As an aside, Periscope, that new thing where you can broadcast live, that's the worst idea ever. It really, really is. I was on the red carpet at the CW up front, and they were like, "Okay, Stephen, look into the camera. You're on Periscope." I'm like, "No, I'm not." So, I don't know. Can people send you stuff when you're on Snapchat?
There is privacy settings, so...
Yeah, no, I'm out. It's just, my wife is here. I can see her picking up my phone like, "What's this new Snapchat message?" Oh my God.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I just want to say thank you for, I know it was a weird request asking you to sign my fan fiction, but I'm glad you did. Thank you very much for doing
You're
that.
welcome.
My question is, what was the most difficult scene that you both had to film with Emily? Like, separately? Not necessarily. Could be.
Emily?
Most difficult scene ever that you've had to film with Emily?
You know something, it's tough to shoot a bad scene or a tough scene with Emily because she's a very giving actress, and that's probably the best compliment you give to any other actor is that they're giving them to listen, because actors have a tendency of waiting until they have to speak because the nature of the business, it encourages you to just kind of be selfish and wait for your line.
We're not going to name any.
We're not going to name names. But it's tough to say. Probably the most fun scene I probably had with Emily is back in the first season when I got to teach her how to fight, and we were fighting in the foundry, and that was fun. But she's just a joy to work with. Every scene is really a lot of fun to work with. But Oliver, Stephen, you would know better some Oliver scenes.
Yeah, I think probably the most, it wasn't difficult. I actually really enjoyed shooting it, but I feel like the scene where Oliver leaves to go fight Ross for the first time, that was I loved the scene, but it was a difficult scene to maneuver.
I love that scene.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi guys. Just want to say thank you very much, Stephen, for trying to get Constantine renewed on Twitter, get it out there. I think it's a great show and definitely got all the attention it needs. I think
It's not our fault that show was on NBC. No one reported that, right? No one. I'm kidding. Oh yeah, I'd like to see Constantine come back. Sure.
Definitely. My question is with the last was pit and all that. Do you think it can definitely merge properly with it into Arrow, into like the universe of Arrow?
Pardon me?
Do you reckon that with the last pit being involved now, do you reckon Constantine can merge in with it? Like,
Yeah, I think that there's this. I know for a fact that we were considering having me on Constantine when it was on the air, specifically because of the Lazarus Pit. The Lazarus Pit will continue to exist on Arrow. If you saw the promo for Legends of Tomorrow, you know that it's likely that Katie Lotz is re-entering via the Pit. I love saying the Pit. I think that there's a spot for Constantine within the Arrow world. I really do. And Matt Ryan's a great guy, so it'd be awesome to have him.
he is. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hey, man.
Hey.
I each other. Who out of all the Arrow, Flash, and Legends cast cracks you both up the most?
Behrman.
John Behrman, without question. No, he and I are, like I said, I say it all the time. It's amazing that we get any work done, me and Steven, because we honestly do crack each other up. But when Behrman came, it went to another level altogether of ridiculousness. He is a child. And, but we love him. You know, he has a show in Liverpool right now.
Yeah.
Didn't know it. But I feel as if I've seen the show because he's doing show tunes between every set. And what's great about Behrman is that it'll be, you know, he'll do some nefarious, he'll have some nefarious line like, oh my God, I'm part of the League of Assassins and I'll murder everybody. And then it's like, and then they'll say, and cut, and he'll go, ah. No, that was a very bad John Behrman impression, but actually it was very good at the same time.
The best John Behrman impression I've ever seen. That was really, you should have warned people that was coming.
Sorry.
My goodness.
I had no idea that was coming. That was, I think I pulled 3 muscles.
Well,
and now it's your turn. Jason Mamoa. Aquaman.
Hello,
Oh my God.
sorry.
in all seriousness,
Sorry. Can I just, further to what I said earlier, there was an incident in this room involving a man and a woman, and if either the woman involved or anyone who saw that incident could please make themselves known to Matt at the side, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much.
absolutely, guys, safe space. Come forward if you saw something, please.
Please do.
I don't know what happened, but that's not cool. Thank you, Jason Mamoa. And Captain Buzzkill.
I never, well, the thing about it, I never thought Jason Mamoa could be upstaged, but damn, he just got this. I mean, like, honestly, I can't wait for Aqua to see him as Aquaman.
He's going to kill it as
He's going to
Aquaman.
destroy it. He's going to destroy it. Yeah. Like, he's bigger than Superman.
He's a huge
He's a huge human being. I mean, he's huge. Anyway.
Which side were we? This side, yes. Oh, that side, Ed. Had a 50-50 chance.
You did. You took it. You rolled the dice.
Should have played it safe. Yes.
First of all, thanks for everything this weekend. The two of you have been fantastic. It's been great to meet you both. For me, the Diggle of our relationship is brilliant, and it kind of what holds the show together. If you were trying to convince somebody who'd never seen the show and you had to pick one scene that kind of sums up the whole bromance, what would it be and why?
It's a great question. Stephen, you got it.
I like the scene at the beginning of the 3rd season where you call me out on my feelings for Felicity. I think that scene, that scene and the way that it actually played, it really wasn't written that way. It was written more like a little bit of a, Diggle being sort of, not sarcastic, but jabbing Oliver. And what it actually became on the B-side, once we shot it, was a really fun and, I think, kind of loving scene between two people, which is great. And it's nice to have that sort of relationship. So I think that scene, two dudes in a superhero cave, but having a heart-to-heart conversation really sort of sums up the world that these two live in.
Yeah, that's a good one. And there's so many, I think, great scenes that kind of exemplify that wonderful romance. Say again?
The one before he goes to fight Raz again and try and rescue Malcolm, that was particularly good, I thought.
That was good too. There are a lot of great scenes that happen between these two guys, I think, kind of exemplify how they feel about each other. First one that came to my mind when you said that was the very first thing that I always kind of instinctively go to when you come to me and when I come back to you in the first season and I say, hey, you do need me, and you're like, hey, I don't need saving. I'm like, well, you don't know how much you do need it. That's always a good scene. But besides that, there's a, go ahead.
And the toughest scene that we've ever shot is when I first revealed that I'm Arrow to you.
Yeah.
And so you get up off the table, and you come to take a swing at me. And the hardest acting that I've ever had to do was acting like that didn't scare the shit out of me. Because it did. Have you seen his arms?
That's awesome.
They're terrifying. I was supposed to wait, and Bam Bam, our fight coordinator, was like, play chicken with it. You wait for the punch, you know where it's coming, wait to duck. And I went back and I looked at the monitor and I went, oh, he almost killed me. Thanks, man.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Hi, I'm here with my friend. She liked you in Vampire Diaries as Brady. As he unfortunately never changed into wolf, she wanted to ask you if you could have, what would he look like? Which color would he have?
Gray. It'd be gray. I'm going gray as it is.
Not bad at all. It's getting bad. I wasn't going to say anything.
Yeah, gray wolf for sure. Maybe a spot of silver. And quite large. And a woman, ironically.
Thank you.
You liked that better than David.
That was good. It'd be a female gray wolf. Gotcha.
Yes.
Hi. Quick question for Stephen. First episode of season 3, when you kiss Felicity and you do that with your hand, was it scripted or was it something you found with her at rehearsal or in the moment?
No, grabbing the face is my move. Ask my wife. Right there.
You're always saying like that afterwards.
There's I don't know. We had a couple things that were scripted. It was not scripted for me to grab Emily's face. It was not scripted for me to take off her glasses in the scene later in the season. I don't know. You find that stuff. I mean, again, it's one of the nice things working with Emily is that she comes to a scene at once incredibly prepared, but also without any real firm choices. She waits to make her choices until she gets an opportunity to put the scene on its feet with an actor, which is how you're supposed to do it. Yeah.
Which is the mark, by the way, of a very well trained or seasoned actor, if you will, that they come with very good choices already, but at the same time with no choices, able to be very pliable, and but it's just very good quality. So it's no wonder that she's become a very quick regular of the show.
Thank you.
Hi guys. So obviously in this show, Oliver is known by many different names, and I was wondering what was your favourite, and also if you had any nicknames, both of you, if you cared to share. And also, we see you fighting in the Foundry quite a lot. Could you show us a move between you two?
I'll spill my beer. I will say that they called me Princess in high school.
Oh, well, yeah, okay.
Thanks for the support. I really liked both opportunities that I got this season. You know, in the first one where I call myself Al Sahim for the first time. I really enjoyed that. But you know, saying on the plane in the finale, you know, my name is Oliver Queen.
That was hot.
That was
Yeah, I saw the preview. I saw the preview of that, and was like, you know, you're on the plane, like, I am Oliver Queen, and honestly, I peed a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Those are cool moments. Again, it goes back to the old thing where, in those moments, you have to stay serious, even though you're smiling on the inside. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that was pretty cool. But my name is Oliver Queen, man. That was really something. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey.
My question's for David about working on the Death and Life of Bobby Z, and what was it like working with Paul Walker?
Oh. God rest his sweet soul, and that's honestly true. Paul was we shot that at Dana Point, he, I, and Lawrence Fishburne, and we had a great time. I mean, honestly, you know, when you're shooting with somebody, you just connect with them as actors, you have fun, and obviously, that something like that is the furthest thing from your mind, right? He was a giving actor. Very fun. A lot of fun. You know, you meet actors and they have light about them. You know, they come with this levity and they want to have fun. And Lawrence was like that, Fishburne. And Paul just sat down and just the most regular dude. So, I know, you know, obviously there was a certain amount, I would imagine, that they had to give to the fans, but you saw how much they loved him on that set of Fast and Furious 7, because the tribute that they gave to him in the end was so incredibly fitting. He was a wonderful spirit. I didn't know him much past that show, but what I knew about him was that he was genuine and had a lot of life.
You don't have a little moment during the Fast and Furious 7.
Yeah, you're not getting awesome. Yeah.
Next man.
Yeah.
I was going to go past by your thoughts on Constantine, but you've already sort of said what you think about that. So I was wondering if there was a decent character who hasn't yet been seen on screen, who you would want to potentially maybe headline or spin-off, who would you choose and what would make you choose them?
That's a good question. I think that we have the best untapped superhero in the DC universe on our show, and he's sitting next to me. Why not outside? I mean, get the man in costume and put him in the field. You know what I mean? That's my answer.
That's awesome, man. And thank you for saying that. Really, that's genuine. I did not pay him. In terms, you know something? I don't know. And I'll give a quick answer. I always wanted to see Bruce Wayne on our show. I always wanted to see Oliver Queen, and not Batman. Not Batman. I've always wanted to see you related somehow or another to, like, where is Bruce in our universe? You know what I mean? Like, where is that other billionaire that lives in Gotham? You know, I can really want to see, like, those two cross paths. Is he in the league? Like, I would wonder where he is right now.
Well, I look forward to the Diggle spin-off. Thank you very much.
Thanks, sir.
It's called Diggle.
Hi. So my question is, if Arrow were to do a musical episode,
Go ahead.
what song would Oliver and Diggle sing as a duet?
Ebony. Top that. I want to be Riggs. Hey, can you say I'm getting too old for this shit?
Slightly before. Is there any stunts that you wish you could have done or which you haven't done?
The stunt where I swing out of the tree and I rescue Ebony off of the landmine, I was so demonstrative on set. There's no chance that the stunt double was doing this. It's the first time that we see Oliver this year, and I was standing up in a tree 60 feet in the air, with a harness just way, way too close to things that I need on my body. Just thinking to myself, you've made a horrible mistake. You've been committed now. You can't back out of it. Yeah, that was a stupid idea.
No, for me, I just will see more stunts and stuff in Diggle next season. You'll see a lot more action.
Stephen, I believe you said earlier that you are going to be doing a voiceover for an animated feature coming up in the future. If you guys were existing cartoon characters, either standalone or as a duo, who would you be and why?
Wow, that's cool. You want to go dual or you want to go standalone?
I would be Ursula from
No one hits like the storm. No one hits.
I don't know Ursula's stuff. I can't have that weekend voice for the show. I was in Philadelphia last weekend and my buddy Sal starts playing Under the Sea. Right? And apparently my mom told him to. I didn't know it. I had to go to the stage and sing it. It's all over the internet. Enjoy that. Enjoy it. I'd be Ursula. Who would you be?
Well, if I'm not going to go, honestly, who would I be, Carter? You know something? It's going to be corny. I would be Bugs Bunny. You know why? He was the coolest dude. No one could get over on Bugs. Like, Bugs was like, he had a show, like the Bugs Bunny Hour. Like, that was his gig. And everybody came to his show. Like, everybody, you know what I mean? Like, that was his show. Look it up. It's a thing. Thank you. Yep.
Hiya. So my question is going to be for Steve, but before that, I just wanted to say thank you to both of you guys for the blank for a session. You are so amazing. It was a pleasure to get to know you here, and so down to earth. I hope that you can stay true to yourself. So yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
The question is something that you tweeted about a couple of days ago, Stephen, where you said that you ran through JFK with bare feet.
So I was leaving New York on the Thursday because I wanted to get here, wanted to take a 6:40 flight out of JFK to get to Birmingham 6:30 the following morning so that I can have a day to spend with my family because I was going to be here Saturday and Sunday. And the driver was supposed to arrive at 4 o'clock for a 6:40 flight. The driver arrived at 4:55. Took the stupidest route possible out of Manhattan. And I arrived for an international flight at JFK at 6:20 p.m. for a 6:40 flight. And I was wearing dress shoes with no socks. So I run in, Nina from Heroes for Hire, who helped me with these conventions, was calling ahead. She found a supervisor. I ran in, I checked in. I'm TSA pre, sort of like a known traveler. I ran to the front of the security line because the security person was an aeroplane. And I sprinted from one side, and I had to take my shoes off because they set off the alarm. And I sprinted from one side of Terminal 8, holding a backpack with a wheeling carry-on bag, and both of my shoes barefoot to catch my plane. And I get there, and the flight attendant looks at me and says, "You made it." Somebody in that airport that went, I think I just saw Steven else. That was me. Thank you.
Hi. So obviously there's a lot of good fight scenes in the show. And this has been bugging me for a few weeks now. If you could bring literally any fictional character, any, and keep their ass, who would it be?
Any fictional character?
Yeah, any.
I killed King Joffrey. someone, it means that they're doing their job.
Yeah, no doubt.
But I hated him. One to dead, sure. Except now I miss him. This is all weird.
That is weird. I would fight the 60s version of Khan from Star Wars. Not the new one. I would fight Recover Monster Boss Khan.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's right.
Hi, I have two questions, and I don't know the answer, but in the last episode of season 3, you were waiting for Rachel Lou, and then on Billy friend, as you basically is he just a minion, or is he something more?
Oh, the guy that we saw in the roof?
Yes.
He was just a minion.
And the other question is, for Barryman, so, like, you wear chains, you know, some interviews, what does he more like the head and stuff?
Well, this is what John does. You know, in the final episode of our first season, he has me chained up, shirtless, and he comes in, all macaroni, whatever, and then just walks up to me and gives me a double pooper normal. That's what he does. I wasn't even mad.
You can't be mad at that. You can't be mad at that. And when John Perlman does anything, you just don't get mad at all. He does it with such flair.
Thank you.
My question is, we see like straight away that Digger is kind of the first person that Oliver properly trusts enough with the secret. And that's mostly because he was his bodyguard. So my question is, if he was never his bodyguard, would Team Arrow be a thing, or would you just done it alone, and what would give you think of the vigilante if you saw him on TV?
I don't think that we can consider it's so tough to do a hypothetical world where John Diggle is not an integral part of the show, you know?
Yeah, well, I think a couple of things. I think number one, I think the character, this is his guy, he can speak better for it, but I think he recognized that there was something that he probably needed from in Diggle. And so I think he's right. Probably not a world where he existed, where Diggle didn't exist in some way. And ultimately, I think he needed Felicity. I think the team, and again, it goes back to what's happened this season, why Felicity and Diggle were so pissed at Oliver, is because we do know how much we all need each other. Even Flash had a wonderful moment where he comes and he saves us, and we're like, oh, Oliver's gone off the deep end. He says, well, listen, he may not know it, you may not know it, but you need each other. And that's really the recurring theme, and I'm hopeful and even expecting that we'll get to a lot of that next season. The core of the team.
Thank you. One last thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you think that Felicity would still be part of the team if Diggle wasn't? I know you just...
There's no way that she could put up with Oliver if Diggle wasn't around. No way. No. I'm sorry. Are you wearing a crown? Right there? Are you wearing a crown? Yeah. Why? No, seriously. Please stand up and tell us why. We'll relax, let her speak.
It's on my birthday.
That's your birthday?
Next Friday. But
That's exciting.
Listen, everyone, who else's birthday is it? Stand up.
Oh, stand up.
Stand up. Stand up. Let's sing happy birthday.
Yeah, ready?
1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you.
Don't say that if it's not your birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Your turn.
Happy birthday, dear birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Yes.
I have a follow-up question. Okay. This is okay for somebody from Greenwich.
Chicago Blackhawks.
I'm next time, so now they're out. So I was gonna go with Lightning.
The Lightning are looking pretty good too.
I just want to.
That's okay. You're welcome.
Just
The lightning probably, but who would the lightning, yes, I'm with that. But anytime you say hockey, I just have to go to the railways from Detroit. Sorry.
Yes. Hiya, when Diggle got married, he didn't really have a stag do. So Oliver had to...
We just stayed. We did. We went to Vegas. Things out there.
It was great. Didn't film it.
Is that what Oliver would arrange for Diggle?
What would Oliver arrange for Diggle in terms of a bachelor party?
Yeah. Because
Oh
we
my
didn't really
God.
see it on the show, so...
What would Oliver arrange for Diggle bachelor party?
That guy's in like 4 episodes.
Yeah, it would have been 4 episodes. It would have had like 6 happen. Yeah, it would have 4 episodes. I don't know. What would Oliver do?
I think that Oliver would arrange a really nice dinner. Private dinner.
Cheese plate.
Yeah. and then he would remember that he's not rich anymore.
I think I would ask my wife to cover it. Sorry. My wife can cover it.
Send me a credit card number, please.
Thank
you. You're welcome.
David, you said you'd like to see Bruce Wayne feature on Arrow. Would you like to see Clark Kent or Superman feature?
What was the question?
Would you like to see Clark Kent or...
Oh, yeah, it's actually been said by the power of love that the 2 cities that won't be mentioned on our show, and that's obviously the 2 big ones. And I can't overspeak that because I don't know. But
I can never say never.
Yeah, exactly. I would say that. Right. But yeah, I would love to see the big guys on our. I would love to see just where they are. I think our show lives and exists and breathes wonderfully without them. Okay, I don't think we have to have a Clark Kent or Superman or Batman or Bruce around. It's just I think they're so iconic and we're in the DC universe that it's great to hear. Like on Flash, you hear Ferris Airfield and you feel Hal Jordan's presence someplace perhaps looming. It's nice to kind of know what's happening. Bruce Wayne is the only. I mean, is there a bigger billionaire besides Oliver Queen than Bruce Wayne? So it's just nice to hear that. Like who's Bruce Wayne? Well, did you think totally? I don't even know who that is.
Thanks, Ben.
Yeah, thank you.
I was wondering, out of the 2 of you, who would you reckon would win in an arm wrestle?
Felicity. Oh, really?
Thanks, Ben.
Hi.
Hi. So, Snapper fans kind of have Carry On With Your Song as our song.
Yep.
Which song would you choose for Arrow fans?
The Arrow theme.
Arrow theme. Hi.
Yeah, I like it.
It's not very sing-along for me.
I know it's not very sing-along. I'll think on that. If I ever think of one, I will post it on Facebook. I promise. Thank you.
Hey guys.
Last question. Here we go.
If there was, you can't pick a comic book universe, you can't pick Star Wars. If there was one franchise you could be a part of, which would it be?
Franchise that would be what?
One franchise that we could be a part of, not comic book, not Star Wars. Mission Impossible. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I might have messed up. James Bond.
That was going to be my second one.
Was it really?
It totally was. If there was one franchise, not comic book and not Star Wars franchise, it would be Lord of the Rings because they need a
Thank you so much.